Here we go. Hey, we're here with another VintCo Vintage Racer build, and this thing's an extremely high-end build. We got Dallas Neibold here. Tell us a little bit about, first of all, what year bike did this kind of start as, and tell us about this Honda.
The core bike was a 74, which I bought locally up in my my area up in Puyallup, Washington, and it was a good core to start with. Everything was there, and then I stripped it all down, and you know, we started from scratch. We had a plan where we wanted to make kind of like a best factory racer type bike that we could. You know, everything lightweight, everything you know, top of the line. Broc used a lot of his connections with W wheels, Pro Circuit Racing did the cylinder and the pipe. I built quite a few of the custom parts that are on there, the triple clamp, countershaft cover, chain guide.
I noticed it's got a bunch of titanium. Did you get that all farmed out to get those machined and made up?
A guy named Stevie Denton over in the UK built the titanium swing arm pivot, the titanium rear axle. I had a local shop up my way build a titanium steering stem, so it's got a titanium steering stem in it. Broc lined up with Doc Wabner, or I think that's his name. All the titanium fasteners that are on the bike, all the fasteners are titanium.
And how long ago did you? How long do you think it took you from start to finish on this thing?
It was almost a year build to get it done, and
it doesn't sound too bad for me, because I do a lot of builds, and for what you did here, a year is not a bad deal at all.
It's evolved since we first started. I mean, it's always evolving. I mean, that's, you know, it's going back to Pro Circuit after this race to get more work done on it. We're working on pipes and jetting and some
nonstop. I noticed you guys did you got a reed cage here. You got Nikasil cylinder, aluminum sleeve cylinder. Pretty amazing.
Cylinder, Nikasil, Millennium did the Nikasil. Mazik Industries did all our powder coating and Cerakote on the bike. Beautiful work. They're out of Portland, Oregon area.
I noticed you have Nolene shocks. What about the swing arm?
KLP, Carl Landris over in Spokane built a custom built swing arm. Clark Jones, Nolene J6 did the front forks. You know, put his valving in there. Supplied the rear shocks for the bike.
I got these foot pegs. What'd you do about foot peg mounts to get these big foot pegs on here?
Foot peg mounts are just a standard mount. I beefed them up and put 10 millimeter pins to beef them up, because we rolled one year last year and their 8 millimeter pins just bent down. They look like pretzels when we're done. So I added a plate to the top, extra 4130 chrome moly plate, and then I put a 10 millimeter pin in there, and that'll beef everything up.
What were some of the other little maybe snags or things you had a hard time finding, or hardest thing to work on this thing?
Really, it was all kind of went together pretty good. We seat concepts helped us with the seat. It's about 1.5 pounds lighter than the stock Elsinore seat. It's a plastic base. The seat foam was lighter, non-grip, non-slip cover. ARC supplied the levers.
What about this ignition here? I see you have a different ignition.
We have an HPI ignition on there. That's kind of what we're testing right now, is we're trying to get the ignition timing and all that correct with the different maps, and so we're working on that. And I say it's nonstop.
So we noticed the paint looks incredible on this. The bike looks incredible. Yeah. What'd you do to do this?
I bought the tank on eBay. It was a reproduction tank. And there's a guy up my way called Screwy Designs. He's painted helmets and jet skis, and I've known Screwy for years. And I gave him the tank. He matched the side panels, you know, with the color, and then he, you know, all the striping on there. The fenders were already painted on the bike when I got the bike. That's nice. So we just matched the tank to the fenders. The fenders were in good shape.
With a name like Screwy, he's got to be a good painter.
Oh, excellent, outstanding painter. He knows the stuff.
I noticed how everything feels nice. It's like it feels more like a modern bike in so many ways. Yeah. Broc already raced this thing today, won moto. That's Broc Glover, 6-time national champion. Already raced this thing and won his class. He's got a few more races today, and Dallas is riding too. He's not just a mechanic, you know, builder guy, fabricator, and all that. He's an actual racer. So how much now, you know, pretend no one else cares here, but if you were to guess, like how much money do we have in this thing?
Oh my God.
No, come on.
Some of the stuff is unattainable.
Well, and you cashed in some favors and so forth, but let's just put a price tag on it. Would you guess it's,
If I had to guess, it's over 10 grand.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
Now, and there's guys, of course you can buy a brand new bike for 10 grand, but a brand new bike, you can't do all this because it doesn't need anything cool.
Yeah, it's a custom built bike.
Okay, so Dallas, I'm guessing you do quite a few of these builds, and over the years, how many vintage bikes do you have, and how many do you think you've kind of restored over the years?
Currently, I have 5. I've got 5 vintage bikes. I've built this bike. I built a bike for Lyle Lovett, a 1980 YZ125 I built for Lyle. That was kind of scary just because I'd never built a bike for anybody before. And, so I had my expectations. I had to, it wasn't just for me, I had to meet their expectations. And anyways, I used to build a bike every winter. I kind of slowed down a little bit now.
And what was your main profession through your working life? What'd you do to get it?
I was a machinist on the floor for years. Now I'm a programmer. I sit behind a computer all day, design tooling, programming work for aerospace company. I have a small Bridgeport Easy Track 3-axis machine at home. That's what I build. Everything that's built on this bike was built on that machine at home. And then
it just came out amazing. You can see all your technical ability has come through on this, and even some of the other bikes we've looked at that you have here that you've been able to custom make stuff for. Who else would you like to thank for helping you on this thing?
Well, first off, thank Broc. I mean, it's been amazing to work with Broc, and he's taught me so much things that I don't even think of, because I was never at the level of Broc as far as a rider goes. So just a lot of little things that made a lot of sense. Renthal supplied handlebars and grips. ARC supplied the controls. Seat Concepts, Mazik Industries, W Wheels, Pro Circuit was huge. Norm Bigelow, he's around here somewhere. He been so much help on this bike. He was out here all day Thursday. We're jetting this bike on Thursday. And
what kind of tires do you run?
Obviously, Dunlop tires have been huge. Huge supplier. It's been. I forgot about Dunlop tires.
Can't forget. That's where Broc.
Tires, so.
All right. Well, anyways, hey, it's been fun talking to you. And
one more. Bruce Adams made this awesome head. It's a one-of-a-kind head made out of billet, and the guy's name is Bruce Adams.
It looks incredible.
And, he did an awesome job. And Bruce is a friend of Broc's.
That's very cool. All right, man. Well, it was awesome to see you.
And I also like to thank VintCo. They've also been a huge help with pistons, cables, clutch plates, and VintCo's been huge with us. And
well, it's great. Well, no problem at all. It's been awesome, and hopefully you enjoyed this thing. It's been incredible. This is one of the highest end builds we've seen. That's actually, of course, being raced. It's not just a museum showpiece, but this is all these modifications have been made to make it better on the track.
And to watch Broc ride, it's incredible. So.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that too. So hopefully you enjoyed this VintCo Racer build. Check you out next time.